I'm Rebecca and I am a wedding photographer, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be diving into the Canon R5 Mark II from a wedding photographer's perspective. Humans in love, that's my jam, that is what I do. And today I'm going to break it down feature by feature, if it's worth the upgrade, if it's worth the investment, with real wedding day examples. So my lovely friends at Canon sent this to me in February this year, and they said try it out, see what you think in comparison to your R6 Mark II. And I was like, yeah, cool, send it, I'll have a little play. And that weekend it was snowing. I took my little girl to the park with my husband, and I was like, right, let's test this out, because everyone kept saying the tracking is amazing. I was like, okay, let's test this out. So what I did, as I said, run towards me in a zigzag, and she did. And as you can see from the images, every single photo is in focus. I was like, okay, that's really impressive. And I was like, right, if it can do that, like, I need to test that at a wedding. And for me, the ultimate test is a wedding day, because that way I'm really going to put it through its pacing. You're thrown so many lighting scenarios, arguably more than any other photographer, because you're shooting indoor, you're shooting outdoor, you're shooting dance floor, you're shooting flash, you're shooting tungsten lighting. It really tests you and your camera. So I took it to Thailand, as you can see here. And the day of the actual wedding, I think the ceremony must be like 35 degrees. It was hot. And the camera didn't overheat, there was no buffering, and just the colors are just incredible. And I took it to a waterfall, took it to the beach, I was shooting on location. I also took it to an editorial in Marrakesh. It blew my mind, and I didn't think I was going to love it as much as I thought. And I typically always shoot with two bodies. I shoot 28-70 and a 50, and then I change for an 85, and I instinctively kept going to the R5 Mark II every single time. Let's get into the tech. Okay, so what does the R5 Mark II have? So it's upgraded and it has a 45 megapixel stack sensor. So that is a monster upgrade from the R6 Mark II. 30 frames per second shooting speed. And if you are a hybrid shooter, which I know lots of you are, you can shoot an 8K raw video, 8K. So that's a massive upgrade. So that's like cinematic quality. Another upgrade as well is the new battery. You've got the new LPE6P, and this means longer life. I go through two of these on a wedding day. So I did purchase a second one. So make sure you buy Canon batteries, don't buy third parties. And it's really important, because if you are shooting hybrid, you will need these, because it's not going to unlock those features. You can use your older Canon batteries, but I did find when I used my older Canon batteries, it would just burn through them because it just couldn't keep up. You've also got the dual card slots, but with this one, you do have a CF Express card. So that means zero buffering, so you can just keep firing away and it can keep up, which is amazing as an upgrade. So you still can record to two cards, which I always do. My favorite feature has to be the dual pixel intelligent AF. The autofocus has had a serious upgrade, and this is incredible. This alone, if you were to switch and move and upgrade, it's this feature for me. This is the first thing I noticed, and it's my favorite thing. And why I grabbed it every single time on a wedding day over my other body is the tracking. So if people are coming down the aisle, you've got bridesmaids walking towards you. I did a beach shoot recently. I'll show you some pictures here where the couple were running, spinning around, and the tracking gets it every single time. So you're not missing shots. The subject tracking is so intelligent. It's unreal. That for me alone, as a wedding photographer, tracking is absolutely key, because that is what 80% of our day is, photographing humans moving. So let's talk about the silent shutter mode. So for me personally, for ceremonies, with the R5 Mark II, I have customized it so I shoot silently. And so you're not hearing this click, which can be quite intrusive, especially if they're recording personal vows in a really quiet setting with the videographer. They'll be very grateful for that. Let's talk about the sensor, because 45 megapixels is a massive upgrade, and they just deliver incredible images and clarity every single time. So here are a couple of images which are my favorite I've taken recently. And this means if your clients want to order frames or prints or your albums, it's just going to display them in the most incredible way. And it's just insane, the detail. Like, look at this picture of a bee on the flower. Like zooming in, you can see the fuzz and the fur on the bee. It blows my mind. Another feature I want to talk about is the pre-capture. And if more people knew about this, I think they would just buy this camera alone. And this basically records a fraction of a second before you press the shutter. For example, I tested this out on an editorial. So I've got the model to throw her dress with the fabric. And typically you were like, okay, throw. And you would time it with your model, but the pre-capture captured that split second of action where typically it would have been really hard for me to capture it on a shutter with the button at the same time, and I got it. You can just nail it in one, especially with weddings where it is a live action event and stuff can't be repeated and it can't be redone. The pre-capture just gives you that safety net and it's amazing, and I love that feature and I use it so much. Okay, let's talk about low light. So wedding receptions can have really dodgy lighting, or you're relying on the ambient light, candle light. The R5 Mark II handles it beautifully. So here are a couple of images here, which are purely ambient with candles. And as you can see, it's really getting the atmosphere, the mood. It's not noisy, and it just really keeps the noise levels under control. It's incredible. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts on the Canon R5 Mark II for a wedding photographer. Is it worth the upgrade? Is it worth the investment? In my opinion, 100%. I hands up will say this is the best camera I have ever used. I absolutely love it for the 45 megapixels. The dual pixel intelligent autofocus, I think, it's just mind-blowing. And the pre-capture, that alone would be enough for me to upgrade, and it's just going to make your kind of workflow on a wedding day faster, more precise. And I always will throw money at things to make my life easier on a wedding day, and this is it, and I love it. So if you are tempted by the R5 Mark II, I would really test it out, give it a go. You will love it. I'm telling you now, you'll love it, and just like DM me, be like, you were right. It's amazing. XOXO. I await those DMs. But I'd love to know, what are you currently using down below? What do you wish your camera did? Because what you probably wish your camera did, this does. And that's what I found with my R6 Mark II, which I love. I still shoot with the R6 Mark II. So I shoot with two bodies on a wedding day. But I always gravitate towards shooting with this one more. And according to my kind of data on aftershoot, 80% is this on a wedding day and 20% is my R6 Mark II. I think the reason why I constantly go to grab that is just because of the speed of it, how I know it can track subjects, so I'm not getting people to repeat things. I can shoot things, the pre-capture, and just the 45 megapixels, the portraits it takes are just chef's kiss, beautiful. Make sure you stay tuned, because in my next video I will be shooting this on location with a real couple, where you can see my settings, my custom controls, and how I actually use it in a live scenario, because I know you love those videos, the practical videos where I'm actually shooting, teaching you how I'd use it, and also looking at the raw files afterwards, because the end result is arguably the most important part of when you upgrade to a new camera. Like, what do the files look like? What is the post-production looking like? So we'll be doing that together and editing those files as well afterwards. As always, thank you so much for watching my channel. Make sure you like and subscribe for more videos, and I will see you soon.